recording.
And I got the playlist pulled up too from the Verzuz Battle.
Okay. Yo, welcome back. Welcome back.
No welcome backs.
What up? I'm your boy Tim.
And I'm Bronson.
And this is Myndframe, the podcast. Yeah. Show with me and my best partner right here. Get into all things in the insides of our brain where we get crazy, we get deep, we get real. We talk all things pop culture, entertainment, movies, all the things we like to talk about. That's what you're going to get on Myndframe, the podcast. And the first thing we're going to get into is brainstorming, my brother.
Yeah, let's get into brainstorming. This is a part of the show where we're just going to pull a random question. I pull a question, I answer it. My brother Tim pulls a question, he answers it.
Yeah.
Just to get our minds woken up for the show. So this is called brainstorming.
Why's our sodas way over here? Get mine.
You want to pull first?
You know what? You can go ahead and pull first.
Pulling from the Dunder Mifflin today.
Okay, so we're pulling from Dunder Mifflin.
Yes.
Okay. I like that.
All right, let's see what we got here. Put that back. What actor would play you in a biopic? That's what I posed.
Ooh.
Who would play me?
Okay.
Damn. Let's see. My biopic, it's gonna be comedy heavy, so I think
I was gonna ask that. What kind of biopic are we talking? We talking about the
Bronson Lugo's series of unfortunate events. I think that's what
Okay.
what it's gonna be called. Damn, who would play me?
Who would play young you? Let's break this down. Who would play young you in the movie?
Probably Reese from Malcolm in the Middle. You remember that show? The brother Reese?
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
the middle child.
No, the oldest one. Oh yeah, the middle. Yeah, because there was an older one. Yeah. Reese. No, I think they have 4 children. So either way, he's older than Malcolm.
Okay,
That's
because
why
Malcolm was the one in the middle.
He was.
Okay, okay, so we know that.
Yeah.
One. Okay.
And then
Is he in
because
anything else? What else is he in? Like
he was in the show. It was kind of like a Married with Children show. I forgot who Nikki Cox was in. I forgot what it was called, but that shit was pretty funny too.
Shout out to Nikki Cox.
But yeah, because he had the same type of hairdo we talked earlier that I had back in the day.
Okay, so he would play you from I'm assuming from like that
Middle from elementary to middle school.
Okay.
And in high school, I don't even know. We might have to. Who would play me in high school? That's a tough one. Let's see. What movies did I watch? Okay. You know, I'm not just bragging about myself, but back in the day when I worked at Finish Line at Fashion Square, a lot of people would come in and said I looked like I was baby-faced, a young Channing Tatum. Old ladies would come in,
yeah. 2005-ish to 6-ish.
Yeah, so I Channing
Tatum.
Tatum.
Especially when Coach Carter came out.
Especially when Coach Carter came out. So yeah, I probably have Channing Tatum play
for the rest on, for like the going up to on.
Maybe
dancing and shit too, like
if I could go back in time, I'd like a little bit of John Leguizamo to play me too, because I feel like a young
Pest John.
Yes, the Pest John, because I'm goofy sometimes. So
Ghost Bonnie.
And then the old me, even though I'm not old me yet, like the old me, be the old dude from the Bay that keeps freaking on all them girls. You seen him? OG Pollard, that's his name. So that's who played me.
What
so
is he,
yeah,
Polish.
I don't know, but he be getting.
That's a confusing ass biopic. So like half of the movie, the casting's gonna be a white dude, and somewhat Italian, and maybe a Puerto Rican.
Well, I am mixed.
Yeah, that I think that alone is what's gonna make the creativity fun. Like, oh shit, how are they gonna navigate this dude's story playing all these different things? That's
gonna be crazy. Who would you have direct the film?
For you?
Who would direct Bronson Lugo, the series of unfortunate events?
Damn. I probably would have to say.
Who you got?
You probably won't agree with me, but I'm gonna go F. Gary Gray.
Okay, F. Gary Gray.
F. Gary Gray, but F. Gary Gray from Friday meets The Italian Job. F. Gary Gray. Those two F. Gary Grays.
I want whoever directed the Geico commercials back in the early 2000s. I think they get me because they would be funny. They topical.
Was that the one with the Geico's the one that had the bum? I mean
they had everything.
I know, but which one had the cavemen?
Whoever directed all of them, because it was the same person. Whoever did that, I want that director.
They wasn't that memorable to me.
Or Hype Williams.
As much as I remember the E-Trade baby. Remember the E-Trade baby?
That was crazy.
I just want to get, you know.
Do you remember the Dancing Baby from Ally McBeal? Or you never watched that?
I never watched Ally McBeal.
That's another non-cable watch. But yeah. So
Hold
that's
on, wait. I want to address something because I'm noticing that Mercedes symbol on your hat.
Yes.
And that shit is fly.
Thank you, Thank you for noticing.
Lately, you've been wearing a lot of this shit. A lot of this, what is it, Gran Turismo, not Gran Turismo.
Formula One.
Formula
One racing. Yeah.
You just like Mercedes or?
Well, no. I'm glad you asked this question. I got into Formula One racing maybe 2 years ago. I just wanted something else to get into. And the best driver at the time, and still to this day right now, was Lewis Hamilton. He is the only black driver on the grid racing.
Oh, they got a black dude in Formula One?
Yeah. He's the only. I think there's a couple black team members like in the pits and stuff on other teams, but he's the only black driver. And on top of that, he is second all time with drivers' championship. So there's one other person, Michael Schumacher, who's like the legend. He has 7. And Lewis Hamilton is tied with somebody else, and he has 6. And this season,
I'm gonna cut you off. You said Michael Schumacher. I'm gonna say Joel Schumacher to direct your biopic.
There you go.
That's what I'm gonna do. Not F. Gary Gray, Joel Schumacher.
I think Tim Burton. I think maybe even Tim Burton, because I think I like Batman Returns more than.
Interesting.
Or Michael Bay.
Interesting.
Michael Bay. I don't know. I haven't much.
Wow, that's crazy. They got that's dope. They got black folks out there doing that. That's pretty interesting.
But he's actually using his platform. He's having the drivers kneel, take a knee, and.
How long do you think it's gonna be till there's gonna be a lot more black folks like getting into? Because if these people are making that type of impact, like.
Well, that's the thing. I don't know. He's starting a whole bunch of initiatives to get people of color into racing, whether it's behind the scenes or whatnot. But besides that,
that's kind of iffy. That's kind of hard to get black folks into race battles.
That's
a kind of hard thing to get us to get behind.
It's a race
Come on, you got to get in here and race against racists.
Pretty much. That's the silver lining. You get to whoop racists. But I mean, back in the day when he was younger, Lewis Hamilton, he would like go karting and stuff, and him and his dad got a whole bunch of racial slurs.
Oh, he was scamming karting.
Oh, my bad, karting, like go karting.
Oh, I thought you meant card, nigga. I was like, he from Atlanta probably over there.
What's it?
Scamming like a.
You got to pay for
Lewis Hamilton.
You got to pay for them cards somewhere or another. But yeah, he's using his car. It's all black now for Black Lives Matter. So yeah, that's just a quick little input for Lewis Hamilton.
Matter, and you know they do. I don't know why we always have to say these things.
I almost started saying lives that are black should matter, because I feel like when you say Black Lives Matter, certain people are just like, no, I don't want to hear it.
Well, that's the thing. The fact that certain people still have a problem with it, that's the issue. Like, if you have a problem with us just acknowledging the fact that we should matter, if that rubs you the wrong way, then this conversation already from the jump is doomed. You know what I mean? We can't change somebody who's not even willing to understand that the change needs to happen.
Yeah.
If they're going to be 2 foot down, 10 toes deep on their belief, those aren't the ones you should trying to push forward. Their mind's already closed. You can show them through action. I think it's the other people, the ones that still are interested, the ones that want to ask these questions, why, what's going on, those are the ones we should be putting our energy towards. Explaining all that, but
and your kids,
I don't want to get too deep.
But thank you for bringing that up.
We all know where we stand, you know what I mean, especially on the as far as where the front lines is. So I don't really want to get into that on this episode.
So breaking it down, I'll have Reese from Malcolm in the Middle.
I know my shirt is tight. Forgive me. I didn't try the shirt on before I put it on. I just saw Dragon Ball Z.
Nah, but you looking good, brother. You looking
good.
That's
cool. I don't know. I feel vulnerable. It's hugging me tight.
Sometimes you need to be hugged.
Yeah.
So, anyways,
this is a very like if you want your confidence boosted.
Well, we're both kind of dressed like we would sell like scooters or coconuts with water on like an island somewhere.
I definitely do street art in Venice Beach.
Yeah, and I don't know, hamburgerish.
You're a
Hamburglar.
You're a mime in Paris hotel in Vegas. But in Vegas, like.
Remember that video? I couldn't get the damn straw in my mouth. Damn it! It looked like you didn't breathe for like 10 seconds. I got worried.
Really?
I thought it was a glitch in the Matrix.
Your shirt is too tight. You can't see. You see my vitals.
But no, I like the colors. It's popping. Yeah. So Young Reese will play me, Channing Tatum, John Leguizamo, and OG Pollard. So that's my question. And thank you for Lewis Hamilton.
That's dope, man. That's a good one.
Your turn to poll.
Okay,
what do you got?
Yes.
And thank you again. Brainstorming. Thank you for the comments to help us tighten the show up. We really do appreciate it.
Yeah, we're trying. We were going back and forth all the time, but I don't think there's no need for that. Let's just go question for question. Okay. Video arcade or playing video games at home?
Yeah, you gotten into gaming lately. So
I have. we got to break this down as well into two parts. Like, there was a time in my life where going out to a video arcade was life.
Right.
But that's not as popular now. Like, you know what I mean?
What arcades did you go to?
I don't know. I went to one on the west side that we used to steal. There was a Die Hard video game in the arcade. We were able to steal all the coins so we can play Time Crisis.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we used to cheat that. Me and my little essay homie.
Time Crisis.
Junior,
Yeah.
Forgot his name, but I remember leaving playing from Peter Piper Pizza Arcade.
That was a dope one.
Yeah, Peter Piper Pizza Arcade, and then getting arrested later on that day in 4th grade. Crazy shit. Shout out to my
Episode 2, we've talked about stealing in both of them, and I think getting arrested in both of them.
Yeah, man, like I said.
Shit happens.
My young life, I was very knuckleheadish. You know what I mean? I did a lot of shit up until I turned 13. You know what I mean? I was doing community service at 11 years old. You know what I mean? So it's just different things. But anyway.
Speaking of Young Life, you remember Young Life? I used to just go there to get the free ice cream.
I love. First off, Young Life used to take us on those trips in Old Town. We used to do what's that shit where you go
scavenger hunts? Yeah, I remember that.
We used to go scavenger hunting. Shout out to Young Life. Shit was dope. And we were at Sugar Bowl in Old Town in Scottsdale.
Yeah. They got an arcade in there now, by the way.
Do they? I didn't know, but all I remember was a roach. Sorry to shit on this place. It's nice any other time, but a roach was crawling, and I seen it. I look at the leader. I'm like, look, that's about to fall, and it falls onto some more high school kids' ice cream.
Was it there or was it Dairy Queen? Because the same thing happened to me at Dairy Queen.
I don't think I was with you with this Young Life group. This was at Coronado. A whole different route. This one, but anyways,
same shit happened at Dairy Queen.
I'm gonna have to say at home video games. I know he took a left turn, but
yeah,
at home video games because Smash Brothers, 007 GoldenEye.
That was a dope game.
Even Halo was dope. That was a little later on in my life, but I still loved it.
I had a roommate who was really good at Halo, and he would
Super Mario Bros. All this Mortal Kombat was dope in the arcade form, just because that's like the first version of live online. You don't know who you're playing. You just whipping some ass. You don't know what he knows, and that shit was fun. But at home, you get your cousins or your brothers, anybody together, y'all get to playing at home for sure because it can cause fights.
Well, at home
I was broke at the arcades unless I learned how to steal shit.
At home, I didn't have a video game console. The homie Marlon, every time he got a new console, he would give me his other one. Except when I went to my dad's, we had a Super Nintendo. That's like one of the few good memories I have with him. We would stay up all night playing Mortal Kombat, and I get like blisters and shit. Because I wanted to whoop his ass in real life, but I couldn't, so I did it on the Super Nintendo. And he kind of looked like Baraka. He kind of looked like Baraka anyways. He was bald and had big teeth.
All them extra teeth in his mouth.
But yeah, so did you ever go to...
You did some Marlon like that, man. I'm going to tell him you said that shit too.
What happened? No, I was talking about... That was my dad I was talking about.
Oh. He said Marlon had extra teeth in his mouth.
That was my dad because he got the veneers. But anyways, did you ever go to Video Roundup?
Yeah, I did go to VR.
VR.
Like once or twice, just to meet up with the homies.
Did you ever play pool there?
Yeah. Pool was dope there. I just didn't like the smell of VR. I used to like to go outside and see the little
RC cars. Yeah, that was a dope.
Early Scottsdale, early Old Town was the shit, man. That shit. It was. I mean, it was still racist, but it was dope in its racistness.
That's how the '90s were. It was still racist, but it was dope.
But the thing about it is, everybody knew it was racist. So like, you couldn't people. The white privilege about racism wasn't as strong because they knew it. You know what I mean? Like the racism was obvious, but you just kind of stuck with your own people. You just did your own thing. They weren't trying to intrude into your shit with their racism. Every once in a while, maybe, but
it was like Ellen back in the day. Like when you watched the show before she came out, you're like, I kind of know Ellen was. Her pants,
you kinda see,
like just like a Gap commercial.
How baggy to tucking ratio them shirts was.
Yeah,
she used to wear them tucking. You know, Sid
and she had that haircut too. Yeah, I could tell.
Yeah,
shit.
Yeah.
They both had them shoulder pads.
I don't know what we're talking. What are we talking about?
So you chose video games at home.
Video games at home.
And
me personally,
you can only play one video game for the rest of your life.
Smash Brothers. Is it now? Hold on. Is it just me or?
That sounds like a porn too. That'd be like a little like dope gangbang.
That was my porn name. Back in 2002, my name was Smash Brothers, Super Mario.
Mine was Where's My
Super
Wallet?
Mario Bro.
Because every time I leave, the bitch be like, Where's my wallet? And I just.
Shit.
Well, that right there.
Mine was a hole in the sock.
Okay, mine was Do you ever have money? And will you drop me off at Planned Parenthood? I'll give you a ride, bitch. But I'm not staying.
Mine was You Know Why I'm Here.
Mine was, are you going to leave? Because I stayed for like 2 days.
Mine was, got a place for a brother to stay.
Oh shit! How about the other day? But yeah, that was
brainstorm. You want to do one more piece, or we want to switch?
No, let's do. That was a nice little get our motors.
We're gonna be doing more once a week. We're gonna be dropping y'all with a whole bunch of questions. These are all just random brainstorm questions for y'all to get a better understanding of us. Because as you know, the question isn't even the point. We go on to a whole tangent about why this question even exists. Then we come back. That's kind of like our whole thing. So we like to hit y'all with that.
And it just gets us a chance for the brain to get warm and conversations lively.
It's like an improv meets trivia meets two longtime friends trying to one-up each other. Like, that's pretty much all it is. Like,
and that's pretty much all we do. So, but that was brainstorming.
So, what I want to do.
What you want to do?
You know what I want to do.
So what you want to do?
You know what I want to do.
Are we going to talk about it?
Oh, we got to get into the battle last week. We got to get into
which
DMX
battle was that?
Snoop Dogg.
Yeah.
That Verzuz battle. Epic, bro.
Classic.
Epic. I know you seen that shit.
I loved it. I can't think of any one bad thing that happened. I loved it all. I love DMX. Even he was funny as, even though Snoop and DMX are both funny, he was funny.
First of all,
when he said, Snoop was like, we're gonna get him to take a shirt off. He said, we're gonna look like the number 10 of this bitch.
We're gonna look like the number 10. Nigga, that was so weak. First of all, I don't know when DMX became bloated and the bow-legged, and then Snoop was up there dressed like a toddler. But if it wasn't for Snoop's
Snoop
vibe,
had his PJs on.
It wasn't for Snoop's vibe, bro. Like he's the reason why it became entertaining, because I feel like he allowed X to kind of like be chill and be cool and show that it was all love. So he was like, yo, baby, this is a song about yours. I want it, but I want the gun. You know what I mean? I want it. You know what I mean? Like he started like low key fanning out, and I love that shit. Look at it. My two favorite, like X was my favorite. You know what I mean? People say he won. I think hip hop won. I can't even say who won.
Yeah, the fans won.
Because obviously Snoop has a way bigger catalog, and the ones he chose to showcase were all great and perfect match. But the energy that X came with his songs,
shit,
bro,
both their energies. I like you said, Snoop made it so X could feel comfortable. X started out with a prayer. I also like the fact that, you know, Snoop was the one kind of hyping it up, like, no, I did this because of you, and then X was like, nah, you know, get at me, dog. That was good. You know, that was a cool little thing.
Where my dogs are.
So that was fun. They both Snoop dancing. He
That's
still
a
got it.
long ass nigga, man. His arm. He said, and then I'm cool.
He looked like those little brooch things from Men in Black, but he was still getting it. So I wasn't mad at him.
His sleeves were short as hell.
Yeah, just like that.
I don't have this exact same shirt on,
but no, it was dope. I feel like there wasn't one fucked up round. Like you said, they both won. How you pick a winner? That's like saying, I don't know, like you can't pick a winner. I can't even say that.
And it's crazy because it slipped my mind that at one point in time there was two dogs reigning, one in the east, one in the west. At one point in time, like I didn't even pay attention to it.
It was dope.
We had a pit bull and a Doberman Pinscher at the same motherfucking place at the same motherfucking time.
It's crazy because both their flows, you know, X had the energy, passion. Snoop would lay back and cool, but he could flow. Yeah. You know, Snoop.
The prayer shit had that prayer already 10 points.
So, but it was dope. I got nothing. I've watched it multiple times, and I haven't done that with any of the battles.
I watched it about 2 or 3 times.
Fucking DMX had a pocket full of now-and-laters, like that shit.
Church,
Snoop was eating canes. I was like, oh, this shit.
Was real.
Yeah, and
now, you know, we talked about what we wanted to do to like kind of pay homage and add an extension to that battle they did through Verzuz.
Yes, that would be the Snoop versus DMX Film Battle.
Dun, 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 dun. Yeah.
Insert dope graphic.
Somewhere.
So you got DMX.
I got X for 5.
So you're doing 5 movies.
5 movies, starting with the least strongest.
Okay.
Going down to your first favorite.
So you'll say your movie and why. I'll say my movie and why. Maybe we'll come up with an answer, or maybe we'll just move on to the next one.
No, you say your movie and why. I hit you with mine.
Paper, rock, scissors. Paper, rock, scissors, shoot.
No, because we started on the battle last week. You asking me mine, so you go first.
All right, I'm about to win this one just like I won that one. All right, so we're going number 5 first.
5.
By the way, DMX got a lot of dope action movies.
What you doing putting out phone?
I made my list of my top 5.
I don't got that.
Whose fault is that you didn't come prepared?
I'm filming my preparedness.
Shit, do you want to send it to me?
Set your shit down.
See, just like in school, he wasn't ready.
If I can't unless I can pull it up on here.
He's in front of you. I'll talk shit.
My notes are in my phone. But
you never had shit at school. This is a kid that had a piece of paper asking for hot Cheetos.
Nigga, the podcast is through the phone.
You wasn't prepared.
What?
1 point for me for being prepared.
No, ain't no preparedness.
All right, so we gonna do a funny cut because this motherfucker wasn't prepared, and we're gonna be right back.
Thank you.
Even though we don't want to say we're gonna be right back.
Yeah. No, go, keep going. It don't gotta be cut through.
All right, well, go get your list. Send it to me.
Well, I don't. Why would I send you my list? So you can just transfer it.
Oh, well, can you pull it up on there?
Well, I mean, you brought up. I'm trying to figure out what you're talking about. Like, what are you talking about?
I just wrote down my movies.
Oh, okay. I thought you were. I was like, you were about to look up something. Like, okay,
no, I was pulling up my notes.
Okay, well, go ahead.
Keep this shit in there. He's scared. He's scared.
Well, no,
that's what it is.
I didn't know if we're talking about the years they came out, the directors,
I just
the writers,
wrote down my
who's the cinematographer. Are we doing about naming all that? I'm gonna need my phone.
No, I'm
just
pulling
talking about movies. Okay.
You good?
Go ahead.
God, I'm shaking.
I'm ready.
All right.
I'm ready.
Let's go. We'll start with number 5.
Mm-hmm.
I had to do 2 for 2 different reasons. Number 5, I got Starsky and Hutch because that was a small role, but Snoop stole the show. I think he dressed himself.
That's the one with Ben Stiller.
Ben Stiller and the nose that looked like a.
I seen that. I seen that at the Boys and Girls Club.
That's where I saw it too.
That wasn't that bad of a movie.
Well, that was just because Snoop stole the show, and then I got Dolomite is my name.
Huggy Bear.
And I got Dolomite is my name because that's one of the movies.
Second one?
No, that's my 5 for 2 different reasons. I put 2 in my top 5.
Oh, yeah.
Just because
you had 10 movies.
Because they're both small. No, because they're both small roles, so I kind of put them together. That one because Snoop stole the show, and this one because Snoop was in a new movie.
Together to make a full on.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what you're saying.
So it's like doing 2 features.
I'll allow it. I'll accept that.
So I did Dolomite as my name because that was you had so many classic people in there, and it came out the last couple years. So I was like, let's throw that in there. Just to show where Snoop has been, just like his music. It's generational. It's yeah. So yeah, I got those in my number 5. What you got?
Okay, so much like yours, how you had to kind of collab them to make it a longer feature.
Oh, you're copying me?
No, at all, not at all. I chose Romeo Must Die as my 5th one, as the not the strongest one for me, but primarily.
It deserves to be on the list though.
Yeah, it deserves to be on the list. Because X is in it. It's not a primarily X movie. It was really a debut for Aaliyah, who I love. And it was dope because it had the 2 things I love, which is black people and kung fu. So it was a win for me there. But it wasn't enough X for it to be considered a classic X. But it was a classic film in the merge of kung fu and hip hop and bringing my baby Aaliyah once again.
They need another kung fu hip hop movie. That'd be dope.
That would be.
All right. So,
I think Chris Brown's working on something. He's the closest thing after seeing that Fine China video.
Well,
he's the closest
we've seen him put hands on somebody, so we know he got.
And he loved Karuki, so he loves. So
he'd be dope, and he could do his own stunts. He's like the black Jackie Chan.
Yeah.
Chan.
Yeah.
So. All right, so you start you off. Okay, so realistically, who do you think won that round? If you had to say. Between that, like, be honest.
I'll give him to you only off of the because I didn't really like Starsky and Hutch, but I'm gonna give it to you on the Dolomite alone.
Well, ain't this a bitch? Because I was gonna give it to you because Romeo Must Die. That was like you said. That was a great correlation of everything.
But to be honest with you, Romeo Must Die I haven't watched that as much as I've watched the other films, so that's the reason why it fell short. I think his name was Silky or Filky or something like that. I feel like they used him for the soundtrack and for a quick little boom boom.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that. Yeah. All right, so that's a draw.
That's a draw. I get out of the draw.
All right, so you want to start off your round 4? Who you got? Yeah,
so I'll do round 4. I'm doing one Justice because Romeo Must Die was good with Jet Li and DMX. I thought I'd run it back and give Cradle to the Grave a chance. That's
that
4.
was dope. Okay.
Just because it gave them the chance to get their acting on again, they kung fu in action. The plot in that one I liked, but more than anything, the villain who played one of the guys in I don't know if you've seen Cradle to the Grave or have you seen Double Dragon the movie?
Yeah, I've seen Double
Dragon. The live
action
movie.
Yeah.
The Asian dude with the big eyes, he's also in John Wick 3. I forgot his name, but he's dope.
Is he in the Dark Knight? Is he in all the Christopher? Is he in the Christopher Nolan movies too?
Is he in the Dark Knight?
Does he play
No, because I know you're thinking again.
But
he's like Filipino or something.
Something
he's
like
the
that.
main bad guy, and so the kung fu breakout scenes that happen in there is just dope as fuck. And I have my man Anthony Anderson in there, and what's his name? He used to be married to Roseanne. What's his name?
No, that's Exit Wounds.
No. Yeah, my bad, not Exit Wounds. Gabrielle Union was in Cradle to the Grave. Yeah. But I didn't mean to jump
Meanwhile,
ahead,
she was
but
like,
you see what's coming next.
All right,
Gabrielle Union got her little fighting on too.
All right, so my number 4.
The reason why I picked this one because I feel like this was like a stamp in time. Does the movie age that well? I might even put it kind of like in the Soul Plane, which Snoop was into. Kind of like it was a good time stamp, and might not be the best movie, but you had a lot of heavy hitters in there, and that's The Wash. Yeah, Snoop, Dre, crazy ass Eminem. That shit was funny. Snoop was, Eminem was in there acting crazy like
my God,
like a Trump supporter. It was good. Like
I
that was right.
About The Wash. That's not only is that it cut you in a certain point of time, which is early 2000s, late 90s, but also a feel. It's a remake.
It
I don't
is.
know if you know, not to put extra. It was a remake, but it's that you hit me. I did not think it was coming with The Wash.
I didn't
even think of The Wash.
I did a Hollywood tour, which I thought of you when I was doing the tour because the bus driver was like, you could do that. But I would love for us to do a Hollywood tour, like us actually be the people. But anyways, we drove past where they filmed the original Wash. We drove past that.
Oh, yeah, did?
Yeah. So, but yeah, I got and again that was the early 2000. That was like when the West Coast ended its reign, and then it came back again a couple years later with the game. That was just a nice moment.
That was still before the game. That was just when 50 was coming on. M had just let 50.
And then it swung back to the East Coast again with 50, and then game. So that was just a nice wrinkle in time.
Man, that was good.
All right, so who do you got that round?
So I'm gonna give it to. I mean, you can't throw The Wash in there. Cause I'm gonna always go comedy over action. I'm a comedy dude. I love I'm gonna go comedy over action.
I like comedies even when they suck, cause I could see where they could have went. Like,
I figured you was gonna go.
That might be on my list.
Okay.
On my list.
No,
So
okay, that was good. I'll give you.
So
that
right
one.
now we got draw. Are you gonna get that?
And
to me?
then I'm gonna give. I'm gonna go ahead and give the 4. Is that 4?
That's 4. Yeah.
Movie 4 to you for The Wash.
So it's 0, draw 1.
0, draw 1.
Okay. So do I start round 3?
Yes.
All right. This is one. Rightfully.
This is getting good.
I gotta admit, I've only seen it once, and I saw it on TV. But I tried giving it a watch again, but I just wasn't in the mood. But I know the cultural impact it had, and I also have a sub question I want to ask you about this. Okay?
We can't get extra information.
I got lost as I was saying the question, but it's Bones is my number 3 pick.
Jimmy Bones.
So the reason I picked this is just so I could ask you this question: who are your top 3 black vampires?
Oh, my top 3 black vampires?
Yes.
Right off top, it goes Vampire in Brooklyn, Eddie Murphy.
Right.
That's right off tops.
Who else you got? Who's number?
Then I'm gonna go Julius Jones, also in Vampire in Brooklyn. He's the one at the end that transforms. Which if they ever remake that movie or continue it, they can due to that fact. Like Julius Jones, who was played by
or you remake it and then you end it the same so you could keep going, like have like a trilogy or a universe.
I'm trying to think. Idris Elba just seems like a good cast for that. I keep seeing him as a vampire, but it's not him.
I had that, yeah.
And I also like Jimmy Bones.
So is that your 3?
Wait, no.
You had Aaliyah, Queen of the Damned.
Yeah, that was.
Sanaa Lathan was a crazy bitch vampire, and she.
Sanaa Lathan was a good vampire. Oh, no. And Wesley Snipes, Blade. The fuck?
All right, so what are your 3? Because that was kind of, we named a lot.
So
top
Blade,
3. Blade. What's he at? What's Blade? Number 1?
Blade's number 1.
Blade number 1.
Vampire in Brooklyn 2.
Okay.
And then I'm going to have to go, Jimmy Bones is my 3rd. Nah, he ain't my 3rd. I'm still going to have to go with... Julius Jones.
There you go.
Even though we don't see him do his work, we know what he can do.
I know I didn't say much about it, but I think that's just an iconic role for Snoop, so I picked Bones.
That's a good horror.
That's my number 3.
I didn't know you was throwing horror in the mix.
You know. Look at the wrists. I'm mixing it all up.
Exit Wounds, man. I'm going Exit Wounds.
It's one of my favorite.
Steven Seagal with his kickless kung fu karate having ass. Steven Seagal, Anthony Anderson, a blast for an action comedy movie. Also got my guy doing kung fu, Michael J. White, as the bad guy.
God damn, yeah.
First off, it's about corruption, police. A lot of bullshit.
You can play that nowadays,
Steven Seagal was a little way too hands. Like, he was known for being way too aggressive and physical, kind of showing how cops are today. Like, they do too much. Yeah. But in this mindset, that's how he's conditioned. He goes to another precinct, finds out there's corruptness going on, and him not being a no-nonsense type dude. So I'm going to figure this shit out. And he got him way over his league, teamed up with X.
And
hit us with a banger, and it's hilarious all the way through. It's a great blockbuster. The watchability on it the playback on it is great because it's Steven Seagal being way too serious in a out of this world circumstance, and but like rooted in like real situations. Like
they can remake that today, even though I don't think they have to. But it was funny, action packed. My favorite DMX.
Yeah, we got like our black Jason Bourne in that one. Like that one. That was my favorite. Seeing him do that character opposed to the dark man that we know.
I used to watch it all the time, and I used to love where DMX lived. He had that closet full of Pelly jacket. He had all them suits, man. And he had my favorite scene. One of my favorite scenes is when he goes to buy the Lambo.
Yeah, the dude's like, you can't. That's cosmic.
Turn that shit off.
And then dude tries to play him like you can't get it. He goes, I'll take it.
And he talks to the white boy. Yep. Make sure he gets the.
He said, what's your name? Make sure he gets the tip. White dude was like, all right. But yeah, man, so that's my third one. I'm going with Exit Wounds.
And again, I know I said this last podcast, but I had the VHS, and at the end, it played Ain't No Sunshine.
Yeah.
I used to play that shit all the time. So
that was also in the trailer music.
It was a dope. It was one of my not just favorite DMX movies. It's one of my action movies that probably top 15, top 10. Maybe.
Yeah, it's up there for me. But
so who you got? So out of that round. Since you answered first last time, I'm gonna give that to you because Exit Wounds is one of my favorite movies.
Exit Wounds is dope. Okay, I ain't gonna argue with you.
So we got a draw.
Although I do like Bones, I do like Bones. The excitement I get just saying Exit Wounds over Bones is why Exit Wounds for me is gonna take it.
That's like when DMX in the Verzuz Battle, he just came with that one. You can't deny it.
Can't deny it.
Like Snoop had great ones too. DMX. That's why this is a good little clash. But like Exit Wounds, personally. I love that movie. I lived off that movie. I watched it once a week. I watched that, and then when I used to give this motherfucker my Rush Hour 2 and he never returned it, those are my two VHSs I'd watch. I watched Rush Hour 2 and Exit Wounds. All right, so 1-1. It's 1-1-1.
Now
going into
and it was draw 1-1. It's 1-0.
3 ones.
Yeah, it's all ones.
Out of round 3.
That's a lucky number. All ones.
So you start us off for round 2. Yeah, who you got?
I'm going with the classic for the hood. Belly, baby.
Oh, shit.
Buns.
I got my number 2.
Buns. I really don't need to say much, but to the people that don't really know, like hood classic movies, Belly's one of those ones, came out like in the late 90s, 98. Directed by a prestigious music video director who decided to dabble into the film world. Was it Benny Boom?
Was it Benny Boom?
Hype Williams. I think it was Hype Williams. Benny Boom did
Soul Plane. No, that was
Next Day Air.
Next Day Air.
Yeah. So Hype Williams, who when I went to film school, this is the guy I kind of looked at, and I kind of liked his whole aesthetic of filming. And Belly, although wasn't critically a great movie, in the hood it was considered a straight classic. It has everything you need. It has the gritty. First off, it's gritty as hell. The title is Belly. It kind of plays it. It's a double entendre, as in we're living in hell, the belly of the beast, and also birth. Like you get pregnant, a belly, a fetus. We're all babies trying to figure out where to go in this life, and this is kind of where Nas's character kind of comes to play, as well as X's character.
Triple entendre, Belly trying to eat. Got to get out there and work.
Yeah, it's so many layers. The visuals on it is dope. The way they play with the blue lighting.
I think that's thanks to the music videos too.
The blue lighting, the purple lighting, the nice color tones. People hate it. I love the way it was lit to black skin. I thought that was great. I think Hype Williams understands black skin and understands great lighting. But for performance, is what we expect from X.
Nas.
It's gutter, it's grimy. You got Method Man, you got X, you got the Jamaican bomba clot dude.
The original
rather than
Jamaican
just going
boy.
to the basic Scarface where he just goes with the Colombians or the Cubans, this dude goes to Jamaica. There's a whole ring going on in this dude Jamaica. He's seeing shit.
Dude with the feathers, that was a dope shot. Just like when, even though it wasn't a main part of the story.
It's a culture shock. Like I didn't.
It's dope.
I'm like diehard West Coast. Like I didn't know shit about the East Coast. There ain't too many Jamaicans out here. You know what I mean? At least not in my vicinity. So to see how there were so many Jamaicans in, like, it made me see. There wasn't but two other movies that made me see New York in that way. That was Ninja Turtles, the first movie, and Belly.
Ninja Turtles.
Belly, I got to see New
Secret
York.
of the Ooze is one of my favorite movies. When they eat the pizza in the beginning.
Oh.
That's one of my favorite movies.
But
But yeah, Belly was dope. The beginning of that was a fucking music video.
Yes.
However they own it.
Yeah.
And that shit. That
Black
shit.
Light, that
and,
shit inspired like 20 music videos.
No, I was gonna say that and one of the Fat Joe music videos, so much more. Made me want to get the motherfucking
the strip club scene was a dope.
glow in the dark. That shit made me want to get the glow in the dark. What's it called? Contacts.
Yeah.
That shit was
like
dope.
Styles P and all that shit.
I get high.
Yeah, man, that shit.
Another shout out to
Belly. Belly's my number 2.
Damn,
You're probably wondering why number 2. Just wait.
Okay, so this
was not Snoop's biggest role in it. This is a feature, but this film that I'm gonna name got somebody an Oscar.
Don't you dare go to it. Put me in the backseat with him and I'll
bet I'll whoop his ass. So my number 2 is Quacharayo is Training Day.
God damn.
And the reason why I picked that's one of my favorite all-time movies. When I gave
Where's the bitch? Get the bitch.
When my daughter was born, I actually left that in the DVD player at the hospital. So the hospital got my Training Day DVD.
I remember they used to call you Jack Hoyt.
Officer Hoyt. But no, that was why I was like, okay. Nobody ever called me that. I wasn't gonna play with it, but no. Training Day. Snoop had the Sean John velour suit, which I wanted too. Yeah. You know, he was in a wheelchair. You got Denzel speaking
both
Japan.
Have the same kneecaps.
You got a call back to kneecaps before. You got the Jungle in there. Where you have fucking Terry Crews is in that shit too with his wrinkled ass head. Flipping pigeons.
I still don't think that's Terry Crews on that shot. You keep telling me. On that shot, that's not Terry, I don't think.
Well, they both got fucked up heads. So.
Oh, I mean, muscle bound.
The heads look like, you remember that movie Leatherhead with John, what's his name?
Not Leatherhead.
From Ocean's 11. What is it? George Clooney. Remember they had the old school football helmets?
Yeah,
that's what that shit look like.
He kind of looks like, you know, when in Men in Black, he's about to rip his skin off because he's about to turn to that bug. Men in Black, that little meaty shit that comes right there.
Well, he had stretch marks. I don't know if that was stretch marks or remember the producers we met with the Crunch Bar heads.
Oh man,
that's for another story. But yeah, my number 2.
Can't talk about
the
that.
good thing about that.
You have to read their hair design.
Yeah, that shit was
all
it was like real
bumps everywhere.
But yeah, I got that because that was just an all-time classic. Even though it took Denzel being a bad guy to get an Oscar win, it was a dope. That was another dope time. That 2000s in history.
The early 2000s.
Macy Gray was in that.
That was David Ayer's debut. Wasn't it David Ayer?
I don't know if it was his debut, but that was one of his doper.
I mean, David S. Goyer, the writer.
Who was the director?
David Ayer.
David Ayer.
David Ayer.
But
let's go. It was one of the directors.
Blast them fools, Macy Gray. That should have me weak. Yeah. But yeah, that's my number 2 is Training Day. And welcome back. And yeah, so that's my number 2. So honestly.
So Training Day, you can't put one of the best movies for Denzel up against a primary, like this is a DMX movie.
You can in the movie. You can do whatever you want. You think DMX played a
well, in that case, I'm going to use DMX's soundtrack. X gonna give it to you for Deadpool. Like that's not fair. No, I'm just
you can't be.
I'm just mad because Training Day is a favorite of mine.
Like,
you
gotta be strategic.
You know what I mean? So I can't choose against. I can't go against Training Day because it's Belly and Training Day. Me being from the West Coast. I already went against the West Coast by not choosing Snoop.
You can make it a draw too. Ain't no one. You can also say
okay. Then it's gonna have to be a draw. Okay, I can't fix my lips to say Training Day.
There's too many dope things.
I can't do it.
Old girl from A Bronx Tale, getting just tore up by X. You see that boomer tattoo. And then in Training Day, you got Eva Mendes.
And you got T-Boz in Belly.
Yeah, well, hold on. We're not gonna overtalk Eva Mendes with a little Chihuahua pussy print. When she was naked on the bed.
You see the pussy and the little.
Yeah, that looked like a Logan, a Wolverine cyber.
I like it.
So
You could watch anything you like.
So
whatever you want.
So we're giving it a draw.
Draw, man.
Yeah, I can do a draw. All right.
So wait. Before we go to the final one, we got a draw. You took it.
2 draw. Okay, yeah. Draw.
Yeah, draw. You took it. I took it. Draw.
Another draw. Oh, we did this pretty good. All right. So you start out. You're number 1.
No, because I just
know. I just ended. I just got done talking about training day. So.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Damn. Yeah.
It is you, brother.
All right. My number 1.
He said mine's gonna be so profound. Go, mother.
Okay. You ready? My number 1 is the most viewed movie in the world ever. It's probably on BET right now. That is Baby Motherfucking Boy.
Motherfucking Jody.
Well, fuck your fort.
Ah.
And if I have to explain to you what the fuck Baby Boy is, then just turn on the TV. You can watch that shit. The reason why I picked this, again.
Damn, this nigga chose Baby Boy.
Another early 2000 movie. A good concept. Shot dope. And another
one of my favorite
time stamp.
movies. Everybody used to compare me to Tyrese back in the day. So I used to love it because bitches loved it.
There you go. Bitches
you know
loved
what I
it.
mean?
And at the end of the day.
Who doesn't like a West Coast tragedy?
So that's mine. I ain't gotta say much because I already know. I don't think X.
That may be one of the most viewed movies for the culture. But as far as best acting performance, giving you a whole different, giving you
you're saying a whole lot.
Giving you DMX.
That's not a good.
DMX at the essence, but also giving you a super fly feel with the different film noir dark twist. Is DMX's Never Die Alone, David Arquette, Michael Ealy.
That's a dope movie, but
a dope movie. No, that's why as far as this is my top 5. People probably gonna be like, why? How does that movie?
That would have been a good 3 pick.
How's that gonna be? Because I love DMX's performance and Never Die Alone. I got the 2 kung fu.
We're not doing Oscars, mother. We're just doing the movies.
But my top 5.
Okay.
They're my top 5, so it's by performance.
Top 5 grand champ.
I knew
DMX
Rough Riders X, so kind of getting rugged and karate-ish. For one, like I said, I like karate. That's a given. We've seen that multiple times with his performance throughout movies. So, okay, we get him as an action star. He's kind of getting typecasted. But to turn that shit right back around and turn to a crazy drug kingpin monster?
That shit was dope.
And you don't know none of this from the jump. It's like a full-on noir. It starts out with David Arquette seeing somebody get killed and him trying to help somebody. And he thinks he's helping somebody. He comes across these tapes. And these tapes tell you the full story and the inside scoop of what it's like to be a drug dealer, this game, how gritty it is, all through audio. So
that's better than Baby Boy.
That story was different to me.
Is it better? That was a long pause. Is it better than Baby Boy? You're on trial.
What do you mean?
You have your hand on the Bible.
Which one would I watch more?
You got to pick one. That or Baby Boy. Which one's winning it? You have to pick. Be honest.
Like if I had to choose between Baby Boy
and Never Die Alone, yes.
And if I choose one, the other one I can never watch.
It's gone forever.
It never existed.
It never existed.
So what you're trying to ask me is, could we have done without Never Die Alone is what you're trying to ask me.
I know the answer to that. We could have done without. Was it dope to see? Yes. But I want to hear what you got to say.
We didn't need Baby Boy. We didn't need it.
We
happened to stumble upon
BET needs Baby.
We happened to stumble upon greatness. It was meant to be for Pac in the first place.
But we still needed it because BET run that shit. That all them ads they get in between it. You know I want it. Just say.
Baby Boy, come on, man.
Ding, ding, ding.
Even X gonna give it to you.
I think that would have been if you would have placed that maybe.
Damn.
You know what? If you would have which one am I trying to go on?
Then I would have been doing your top 5 DMX movies. If I would have placed it in a different place. I know X.
I'm trying to see which one it could have won.
I know Belly's probably the most favorite to the hood.
But
Romeo Must Die, I could have said that and got all the ladies on my side.
Shit, I could have done Snoop's, fucking In Turbo, Racing Stripes, his voiceover, which DMX needed to do.
Malibu's Most Wanted.
Yeah, and then there was a couple movies where he played himself, but I didn't want to do that. And I could even say
Old School.
Snoop went into Half Baked, which is another stoner classic cult film.
Yeah, he made a lot more cameos. That's like more.
That's why
cameo king.
Yeah.
more of a cameo king than a featured.
But
film.
in their prime, if I had
and his Hood of Horrors.
So we said we'll say Snoop won that one. So Snoop wins the
Snoop
versus.
for the victory,
But
man.
I'm gonna be like this. I'm gonna be 100% honest. If I'm building a movie around in their acting prime, Snoop or DMX, I'm gonna pick DMX to be the star of my movie.
Yeah, I guess it all depends on the movie. Cause 2001 was also that was when Baby Boy 2000. That was when Baby Boy came out. The character written for Rated R, Rodney.
Well, that's what I'm saying. In their acting
DMX
prime,
was still in his prime, but that like DMX. Snoop couldn't do them roles X was doing.
Well,
I couldn't have seen X as Rated R.
No, but I'm saying I'd rather see an action comedy with DMX.
Oh yeah.
But with Snoop, Snoop was also the king of TV. He pretty much started the reality TV shit back in the day. So right now, if I had to give in their movie prime, I'm giving DMX the movie and I'm giving Snoop the TV show.
I agree with that.
So
100.
We came a long way. I still, if I got to pick, shit, that could have gone either way too, but.
Those are still 10 movies, I think. If y'all haven't seen them, check them out.
Especially right now. You got the time.
We ain't anybody. We some motherfuckers that love movies, and we like to break a lot of shit down, and we watch them all kind of different ways. Under the influence of marijuana, alcohol, nothing.
Kids running around.
Cut
my toenails.
Nieces, brothers, mama's tripping, daddy's tripping, whatever. We watch this shit. So if you can take any advice, check out those 10 movies we just suggested, man. They're not bad.
Tell us what you think in the comments who would win.
Yeah, man. So yeah, man, I really like your list.
Yeah, I like your list.
Your
too.
recap list was crazy.
Very mind opening.
So what I want to get into is it's kind of new. It's kind of new segment we're doing. It's gonna be reviews. Let's just call it reviews. Myndframe reviews.
Myndframe reviews.
I like that.
All right, you want to start out? You want me to start out?
Yeah. Let me just tell them what it is. So what we're gonna do is give y'all our personal review over a film or a TV series or something that we've watched,
or maybe even food or product. Just review.
We're
review shit.
Like right now, we're just talking about movies, just because that's what our mind is on right now. And so right now, I want to hear from my good boy, my homie right here. What's your review and what's the movie, TV show you're reviewing, and tell us about it.
Well, the review I want to give is something that's near and dear to my heart. Couple questions that couples hate, to debate and go back is one, what do you or where do you want to eat? What do you want for dinner?
Of course, always a problem.
And that shit can get annoying. And then the other one is, what do you want to watch when you're with your significant other? Yeah. So what I'm doing for you fellas is I'm going to try to help you out. So when it's your turn for movie night, but let's say the wife or the girlfriend is in a mood or it's like, oh, he's about to watch some of his bullshit. I'm going to give you a movie to pick for movie night that your girl thinks is really for her, but it's actually for you.
So you mean to tell me you're thinking like, so you're talking about like a chick flick based movie?
Yes.
But it's just cloaked in chick flick. It's really a good movie.
Exactly.
Overall. Okay.
So
and what is that?
She's gonna be like, oh, I can't believe you picked this. You're gonna get some bonus points. Maybe you get a little something. It's just I'm here to help you out.
Okay, let's hear it. Well, I want to hear it. You know what I mean? I might have a date coming up soon.
As you should. With these coming out, you probably will. I've already seen some fan mail, by the way. We'll talk about that later. You got some
I'm getting love, people. Shout out. Thanks for the love.
So the movie.
Follow me at Tim_Martin87.
Tim Martin.
Gmail.
Not
at Gmail, at Instagram.
One of them is.
Just follow me. You know what I mean?
So the movie I'm going to do came out in 2017. I'm looking at the IMDb right now.
Okay, so this ain't a new flick.
It's a couple years old.
Seasoned.
Yeah, it's got some time on it. Now, the IMDb score is not that high, but when it comes to rom-coms and like action comedies, they're usually between like the 6s and maybe 7s.
It's kind of hard to get on the critic side for this type of movies.
This is a 5.8, but I really like the trailer, so I like
5.8 from the critics is pretty solid for rom-coms. I bet you if you look at the reviews of the people, it's probably high, like in the 8s or 9s.
Yeah.
So when you see a 5.8,
that's what it was. Yeah, these were like
dismiss it, y'all.
So this movie was 2017. It's called Table 19, which is pretty much like
I think I see it.
Table 9. It's like Breakfast Club meets My Best Friend's Wedding, pretty much.
I'm thinking of movie 43. I'm bad. It's not Table 19.
Yeah, so Table 19. It's a comedy. Again, it's Breakfast Club meets My Best Friend's Wedding. I liked Breakfast Club. My Best Friend's Wedding. That's like an okay watch. It stars Anna
Kendrick.
She's
I love
the one.
Anna Kendrick.
Yeah, her lips.
Her no lip having ass.
Yeah, I said her lips look like packaged bacon. Like, like when you touch yourself, got them Ziploc lips.
Her lips look like if you fold over bologna and then blow in it.
It looks like when you get a paper cut. It's just a little red around the cut. But it has Lisa Kudrow. She's a seasoned.
From Friend, Phoebe.
Friend. Friends was originally the title for Living Single. So.
Dang, I thought Friends is what
that was on the
were.
list, but they're like, nah, we're gonna do this. Craig Robinson.
We were friends.
Craig Robinson's in it. He's pretty funny. Have you ever seen Grand Budapest Hotel?
Yes, I love what's his name? Grand Budapest. Who's
one of the guys who looked like he could have starred in The Mummy back in the day. Tony, I don't know how to say that last name. The little what's up guy. And then
he was in that California movie. I forgot he was in that.
Dope.
Was it dope?
Yeah, it was dope.
Yeah, it was dope.
So yeah, basically, you follow these misfits that aren't. I'm gonna try not to do spoilers. I know we were talking about this. This is trying to be like a review, but pretty much table 19 at the wedding is where.
How excited you get?
Yeah, is where nobody, like the people they didn't want to come sit, right? Yeah. And once they realize they're all the outcasts, they kind of like, bond and they become integral parts of each other's lives. Now, some of the reviews were like, "Oh, this missed opportunity," but I give this movie credit. It was fun to watch. I was supposed to watch it with my wife, and I watched it without her.
Was that good?
Well, that's what I do. I'll watch the movie first, and if it's good, then I'll be like, "Hey, I saw this movie. We should watch together." Or I try to make it look like I didn't watch it, even though I did. But it was a good movie. Table 19. I suggest it. That's my Myndframe review.
Wes Anderson was the guy who did Grand Budapest Hotel.
Yeah,
that made me think of it because of your shirt.
It
looks very Wes Anderson. Like Wes Anderson would love that for like prop. Like,
I have the kids practice their cursive and their uppercase and lowercase.
That's crazy. Like that's you'll do a great cosplay for Pop-Up Girls, Mr. Mime.
Well, when I sweat, this absorbs my ball sweat, so I just put it down in my pants.
This man shit is really made out of a thin one ply burlap.
This is a zebra stretch marks.
Oh no.
But anyways, yeah. So that was table 19, fellas. Trust me, put this on. Your girl's gonna be surprised. You're gonna be pleasantly surprised that it's not actually a bad movie. And
Anna Kendrick comes through on the holding the weight for the fellas tip. Like she makes some shit that the guys can really get behind.
Even the Pitch Perfects, I like those.
Yeah,
Guilty pleasures.
She's you can always count on her to kind of make I trust her. On Anna Kendrick alone, I think it's worth the watch.
Yeah, she has one of those pointy penguin faces, but if you get all past that, she just plays like a nice person.
Yeah,
like,
that nice, funny friend, but also like you want to feel like she's sexy.
But she has some edge to her too, which I can appreciate.
It's her lips; they're so sharp at the end. It's just razor's edge.
She reminds me of the movie The Witches. You remember that? Remember them noses in The Witches?
Oh yeah.
Or in Beetlejuice. Remember the Beetlejuice, the big ass?
Yeah,
But no, I think one of my favorite parts of this movie was the relationship between Lisa Kudrow and Craig Robinson. They're a married couple.
Yeah, interracial married couple.
Going through it, and just kind of the shit that they have to deal with is kind of dope.
So why is it called Table 19? Is that too much of a spoiler?
No, that's just where that's Table 19 is the table where they put all the people they didn't want to come. They all sat at Table 19. So they're kind of off in the corner by the bathrooms and shit like that.
Oh, dope.
And they all become friends.
Okay, so it's like a unfortunate, like a random event, like random circumstance.
But they all become bigger parts of each other's lives, which is kind of dope. It's one of those like just feel good. It's a feel good movie.
Okay.
So you want to watch that, even if you don't have, if you're by yourself, you don't want to watch the same shit.
I might watch it by myself. Shit, Anna Kendrick can do it for me.
It's a good, and I think when you watch it, you're like, oh, it was dope, but they could have done this and this, and it'll be a good conversation.
Yeah, I gotta check it out.
So that's what I got. Table 19. Okay. So what do you got?
Well, since we in the spirit of supporting and saluting great women in entertainment, starring Anna Kendrick in your film, I'm gonna go ahead and switch it up to a TV series.
What TV series is that?
It's called Harley Quinn. Damn. The Harley Quinn from the Prince of Darkness himself. That chick. She has her own animated series. Not the Harley Quinn. What's the new movie called?
Birds of Prey.
Which is based off this comic character version of Harley Quinn. It's 2 seasons out. It might be on the Warner Brothers on the HBO Max, but I know it's on it was on the streaming service for DC.
DC Universe.
DC Universe streaming service. And when I say this show has everything. Look, I'm 32 years old.
How'd you hear about
African-American male.
How'd you hear about it?
You put me on with it. And I thank you, brother, because I watched this show in between anything. It's a sitcom, It's a comedy action animated series starring
Kelly
Cuoco,
yeah,
who was in Big Bang Theory. Lake Bell, who's in Bless This Mess, the beautiful dark haired chick with the big titties. She plays Poison Ivy. It's really like she's down on her luck. Harley Quinn is trying to make her own name for herself outside of the Joker. And all the funny antics that happen of her trying to do so, and the group of people she meets along the way.
Who's your favorite? Speaking of, who is your favorite character?
So Harley Quinn teams up she gets a group of people, a group of evil villains. And these villains are in the Rogues Gallery of Batman, the animated series, or the Batman host universe. So like you got Clayface, who's by far my favorite, played by Alan Tudyk.
He's hilarious.
Who voiced Clayface. And I went on record saying they really haven't done this character justice in these live-action movies.
You wanted to do something with Clayface.
I was like, if they can do something with Clayface, he's virtually indestructible.
Yeah.
He's a mastermind actor. He's a great actor.
Yeah.
And he can shapeshift into anybody, just like Mystique in Marvel.
Right.
And on top of that, he has his story has a story of pain. Like he has a great character that can be used. And a reason why he would want revenge against somebody or Batman or whatever.
The love that he gets in this, you can do that one-off with
But
him.
the way they chose to go a comic take with this character,
it's
Clayface,
hilarious. Just the whole show in general.
Way harder than what I was even thinking of how they can go with it. He's hilarious. He's a picture of Scooby-Doo meets Teen Titans Go or Teen Titans, but for adults. Also like with
Family Guy.
Yeah, mixed with Family Guy and Archer or Rick and Morty. And mind you, it's a Warner Brothers production, so it has the great animation. It looks beautiful. The blood, the gore, everything you want to see.
What's the little guy's name with the long hair?
Dr. Psycho.
He's my favorite.
Dr. Psycho's hilarious.
That's homeboy from Arrested Development.
What's his name? Yeah, Arrested Development.
He is hilarious.
Tony Hale.
Yeah, he's hilarious.
He's great in it. Harley Quinn. There's 2 seasons out right now. It's either on HBO Max or it's on the streaming service, DC streaming service. Somewhere you can watch it. If you can, check it out. If you're into animation, if you're into comedy, if you're into the whole DC universe or Batman or the Joker, he has some appearances in it.
He's in a lot.
Bane makes some appearance.
I love
Batman
Bane.
himself makes some appearance. You got to watch. I don't want to say too much because I get excited. And I'll spoil shit when I'm excited.
I love how they did Bane. They actually, one of the issues people had with the Dark Knight Bane was
so
his voice.
meta. The show was so meta. It makes so much fun of itself from previous projects. It looks at itself with the eye of, okay, I get it. Like I know us. I know like how y'all see us.
Ryan Reynolds and Deadpool making fun of Green Lantern.
Yeah, it's super meta. It's super aware of itself. It's dope. It got JB Smooth in there making his funny ass remarks. You just watch the show if you haven't seen it, man. Harley Quinn, season 1 and 2. Ron Funches is in there.
Random fact: do you know where Harley Quinn first appeared? Did she? Was it a comic? Was it the?
Did she first appear in the animated series?
Batman the animated series.
The first time we see her as the Jester. Jester.
And that whole show was fucking hilarious. It's crazy.
Know she was in anything before that. I'm sure she was in comics. I didn't.
I meant in the comics. But I was watching something and they were like, 10 characters that came from Batman the animated series, which is one of my favorite shows still to this day. But there's some Batmans over here, but. Yeah, that's hilarious. I'm on season 2 now. I'm trying to watch it slowly, but you've rewatched it already.
Yeah, I'm on my 3rd time watching it. I'm watching with my brother. I put him on. It's that hilarious. I get back, I smoke, and I watch. It literally makes you silly laugh hard. Like for one, it's a great production. Pretty much starring 2 lead female characters,
which is dope.
And I know what you're thinking. It's not like that. Like it's you. For one, it's
you can't
great.
watch it around your kids. I mean, you can, but you can't.
Definitely don't. Or they're gonna pick up some habits, and you're gonna be like, "That's a bad. You got some badass kids." Because Harley Quinn is still Harley Quinn. She's a bad motherfucker.
She don't give a fuck. The only thing I'm probably gonna rewatch that, but the only thing I've rewatched like that was back in the day. I had one of the Snoop Dogg Girls Gone Wild, and there wasn't really bad bitches in it except the beginning. And the first time I ever
the one where he's on the boat.
I think they were Mardi Gras. But the first time I ever paid myself some attention, I framed it because it was a girl with a fat ass. I don't know why I said that, but that was random. But no, that's definitely rewatchable. Like Harley Quinn, that shit is hilarious, fun. Like you said, it's dope. I like how the animation is. Joker's a fucking fool in that goddamn show.
Joker is a fool. Fun fact: the voice who plays Clayface is also the same person who plays Joker in this series, Alan Tudyk. Yeah. That's how great of a. He's also in Doom Patrol. He's the main bad guy in Doom Patrol. He's a great actor. Like him and Andy Serkis for like white voice actors who I fuck with tough.
And I know it's hard to watch for some people to watch someone do the Joker voice that's not Mark Hamill, but
shout out to Mark.
Homie knocks it out the park.
He does it great because he's allowed to do a different range with it. So and I don't know if I'd want to see Mark Hamill in that range. I like him dabbling in the clean but twisted, like just
there was the Killing Joke where that was like rated R, but that still wasn't. We saw that shit together.
That shit still tripped my mind.
Everybody in there had cargo shorts and their toes out. I remember that. There was all a bunch of GameStop employees in there.
All of
which
them,
it was nice. Yeah.
All of them are fucking art designers and some shit. Like they all dress weird.
Yeah.
They are game designers.
It was a weird experience with fun one, but yeah, Harley Quinn. If you haven't seen it, don't let Harley Quinn. You think it's whatever's out now.
Watch that first, and then watch Birds of Prey, or vice versa. Just I think this show gives you a better understanding of where they're going with Harley Quinn.
Birds of Prey should have done their homework on the Harley Quinn animated series.
$100.
But yeah, so that was Myndframe reviews.
Myndframe reviews, and we just did TV. We did movies and TV series. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, but who knows? If you make brownies and you want us to review them, shit, we'll do that too.
Yeah, we'll do it. But right now, these are things we know we can review because we've watched them, we've enjoyed them, we've talked about them to each other and said, you know what, this got to go on the pod.
All right, so this part of the show, it used to be called Random Thought, formerly known as Random Thought.
Yeah.
But we are going to call this now What's on Your Mind. This is where we take, most of the show is off the top of our head, just saying literally what's on our mind and speaking it.
All on our mind is
therapeutic. This right here is something that we want to get out, but maybe we do a little bit of homework on it, maybe take some notes. So, what's on your mind?
Well, I didn't take notes or do homework on this.
But you thought about it. It was previously. You had some time to think about it.
I was just watching a commercial, and I was like, I wonder. It was a Nike commercial, and I was just wondering. So, what if Nike did especially during all this time and this movement with the Black Lives Matter, the whole corporation opened up a side branch called Nike Black, and that way it lets the black creatives, the designers, the marketing team, and they got their own agents that can reach out to these other athletes and all that, completely interchange. They're mutual. They understand. They work great together. But it's just a way to generate generational wealth between a disenfranchised group. So having a conglomerate or a enterprise that also has a black version of it, like how there's dark chocolate for those of you, the people that can't handle whatever.
Well, I see.
I think that'd be crazy.
I see what you're trying to say, and I'm thinking, well, what if Nike? I don't know if they already do this, but made it their mission because honestly, black culture is pop culture. Everything that, and that's not me pandering. That's just being honest. Whatever is dope, it usually comes from black culture, whether it's music, dancing, movies. Yeah, you a bad mother. You a bad mother. But anyways, and that's just being honest. If you don't like it, well, I'm sorry, you're wrong on this. But what if Nike, if they don't already do it, they say, hey, you know what? Let's give an up-and-coming designer, a grant or something where they, instead of having the Nike, what if Nike Black is a university or institution where they support those black businesses?
That'd be dope too. Rather than take it, if Nike show the initiative, Nike or Adidas or Manscaped, either or, they took the initiative saying, okay, because we know we can employ them. Sometimes we don't. Well, there's been a history of a lot of people not getting employed and people stealing ideas. Yeah. And we just know how disenfranchised the black community for the artwork and athleticism they bring to America and to the public, to the world. Just as a show of great faith or gesture, oh, you know what? I see this as I'm not worried that they're gonna leave Nike. I'm so behind the athleticisms and everything that we've accomplished and the money we've made off of it that there should be organizations like maybe not the Black Lives Matter organization, or maybe them, but some type of organization that also gets like their branch of Nike Black. So not to see like it's pandering but this shit is just due. I mean, Nike's made so much money off of it.
Well,
like it's
reparations in general.
That'll look good to the people. Like, oh damn, you know what? I'm gonna go support Nike. I'm gonna go to Nike Black Outlet Mall.
Yeah, and Nike Black Outlet Mall. Maybe that's just a whole bunch of stores by black people. Like like this is a black.
But Nike produced it, or made it.
I see what you're saying. I'm like, what if Nike just invested in black businesses? So instead of saying,
but I mean, it's Nike. They're gonna want their name somewhere.
Yeah, but I mean, when you do
good.
something good, I mean, Nike Black is just a dope name. I said that could be the name of the Nike Black Initiative.
The NBI?
Yeah, and that is, because what if, someone makes a shirt, but it's like, this is my clothing
Niggas
brand.
be interesting. NBI.
There you go. But I think, something like that to where they put money behind these people because it is black athletes, it is black musicians, it is, entertainers that are making these things cool. Well, why not? Because sometimes, it could be, Nike Black, but it could be a white person doing the HR. I think it needs to be a black initiative where it's all people of color in these positions.
Getting them in those positions to understand how to even operate in the business world. Because I know a lot of people, especially my family members, like, you can pretty much go to like a trade job, maybe a barber, but most people don't know corporate business. And that can be intimidating and discouraging, especially when you don't see too many people that look like you. Like me growing up in school, seeing too many people, so you kind of gravitate towards anything. So like when you don't see that enough, but like when you have that, like, damn, that seems like I seem to be interested in that. Like, what type of college programs do they got offering?
So it's not like, I got to play basketball, or I got to rap, or I got to act.
Now I wear my Nike shoes. Like, what are you talking about? You know how much they do for the hoods in Baltimore and Cleveland and Phoenix and L.A. and New York? Like what?
Who knows? Maybe this might be something they do with the whole Kaepernick issue.
I'm pretty much just projecting a idea of a character, like an image to a corporation. Pretty much like what Shaq does and like what he represents for his shoes and what he represents.
Or you have this. I know Nike has this. They have this program where like terminally ill children get to design like a Jordan or a Nike, right?
Yeah, that's dope.
Maybe you have the Nike Black, which is where you have these black designers. They get to design a classic silhouette of an Air Force One or a Jordan.
And it gets a commercial. It gets advertisement.
And the proceeds go to this organization. So you still have that Nike Black. But
because Nike can do that and help out so many people. Nike, Adidas, and then just the trend run off of it alone. Like we already call it Black Twitter. Like, let the advertisements that go on Black Twitter be black advertisements.
Black Twitter got the fucking Popeye's chicken sandwich. They said it was over like $20-something million worth of advertising through Twitter and shit like that.
Black Twitter and other Twitter is why that DMX Verzuz Battle got so big, man. That's what's on my mind. I like that's what I've been thinking about. Like that's like why isn't like I get people. I still can't get my mind over it, but the idea of it is amazing.
It's well intentioned. It's just I feel like there is something there.
I probably got to figure out how I can execute that because I may come off very elitist or racist in a way. I'm not trying to, but you get what I'm trying to say. Like you know what I mean. Like there should be something for us, and these already established corporations can definitely implement that. Not saying we're looking for a handout, but shit, goddamn, we didn't give y'all enough. We didn't, and we. That's all that. Just look at what that would do for your brand.
That's like a form of reparations, but giving people a chance.
Obama as our president did for our stature, our to the children. To look at how many more people of color are in places of office, and all that shit. All that shit. Like look at what that inspires. The message. That's what I'm saying. That's why it was on my mind. Not saying it has to necessarily be Nike Black. It could be called.
You just want black people to have opportunity. That's pretty much
that's
what
all. You know, more opportunities. Not saying I was giving the most or the least, but.
And it's not.
Hard.
Just because somebody's black, but it's also people get. We're gonna pick this person because they're black, but people got to realize because people are black, they've been overlooked on certain things. So
and people don't get that. After people that I grew up with, look at me in my face, years, white people, and I love them. They're my friends. Still can't relate. They see it and just don't see it. So I don't try to explain it. I use this podcast for me to just get it off my chest or say what I've been thinking in the most unscripted or unreformed way. I just kind of
You're just getting it out there.
Yeah, just get it out there. So it's out there in the ether. I'll look back at it like, damn,
Well,
I can implement something.
I think this is a perfect segue.
Yeah,
you talked about racism. No, I'm saying right here. That was good. If we didn't have this podcast, it'd just be you and I on the phone talking about it. Maybe someone
would know how we feeling or what's going through our minds.
So, again, perfect segue talking about racism and black people. Well, I'm going to talk about, it's been a while.
Talk about it.
But what's on my mind is white folks. I call them European Americans. Cause
You're talking about the white folks?
Them folks,
them
pretty
folks.
much. So basically, let me get this out the way.
Not your skin folk.
Not all skin folk or kin folk. Or not all kin. Anyways.
Yeah, you said it right.
We go back like Cadillac and 4 flats.
Yeah.
There's a 4 flats on the Cadillac.
Yeah.
You know what I mean.
There we go.
We
go back like 4 flats on a Cadillac, like cone rolls to the back of the naps.
So this is white folks, European Americans, love telling black people, get over slavery. That happened so long ago. Let that go. Let that go.
I hear that so much. Bro.
I didn't have anything to do with it. I didn't have anything to do with it. Let it go.
They get so personally attacked.
But
or triggered.
You tell certain European Americans, not all, again, I know I do a lot of white bashing, and it's a certain type. We all know that.
You should probably show your credentials before you go. He has white in him.
I did. My sister did a 23andMe, and my shit is exactly what I thought it would be. It's European, it's European based. There's some native in there, which I know why. Which
I'm sure there's native in mine too.
And you know,
I got Cherokee and Blackfoot. At least that's what they say.
I drove
the cheekbones.
I drove Cherokee. Anyways,
I got Blackfoot too.
There you go. Cherokee and Blackfoot. The Adventures of Cherokee and Blackfoot.
To the jet. That's my commercial.
And then I did have a black percentage. It wasn't what I thought it was, but it was still in there. So, but anyways, you tell black people, like white people will say.
Were you expecting more?
I was expecting a little more, but
I thought I had more nigga in me, mama.
But anyway, yeah. So I still
why ain't more nigga in me?
Some is better than none. But anyway, that's what I be telling the ladies. Shit, some is better than none, bitch. What the fuck you want?
I don't know about Bronte.
Bronte Ocean. So back to letting things go. Again, white folks say, let go of slavery had nothing to do with it. But you tell them same white folks to, let go of the Confederate flag, and they'll lose their goddamn shit. That's my heritage. I grew up like that. That has nothing to do with racism. It's the Confederate flag. The Civil War.
Yeah. People think that when they say you gotta get over it, that they're looking at you standing in the same, like as if we're standing on the same playing field, saying, "Okay, just pick yourselves up." I don't get it. You have a mom, right? Yeah. Your dad's not in prison, is he? Like everybody else I see on TV, it's more complicated than that. No, it's not. They try to hit you with that Mount Everest commercial like as if it's that simple. It doesn't just start here, nor does it start to my parents, nor does it go to their parents, nor does it go to theirs. It's been structured and set way ahead of time. And mind you, the conditioning of those folks throughout all that time. It's an oppression. Hence why Harriet Tubman wasn't able to free everybody. It's an oppression mindset. You can't think that if you've been so conditioned not to. You dig what I'm saying? So you're thinking you're attacking like, okay, I'm getting through to you. I'm making sense because you have 2 legs. There's people that don't. You're African American. I don't see color. I've known you in school. You were smart. You can run. All the other same shit they would use for any black person. You run. You have a 6-pack. I don't have a 6-pack. I don't know more, but that's what they would say. Like, you should be happy. They don't understand what genetic breeding was for slaves and why we look and why LeBron looks the way he looks. They can't see. They only see the tree and don't understand there's a root. They don't even see the tree. They see one motherfucking leaf and think all the other leaves got to be that, and they have a full understanding. No, it's way deeper than that.
Speaking of the family trees, when you say looking back generations, I've said this before. I was like, on a lot of people that look like me, if you look at our family tree, there's probably a couple nooses hanging from that motherfucker. We probably had racism. If it's not prevalent today, this shit was going on back in the day. But I could tell you passionate about this. I'm glad I brought this up. I saw a whole other side of you. I got to see the Black Panther.
Well, like you said, I grew up in Scottsdale with you, and I grew up. My dad, unfortunately, was in California. Who's a strong Black Nation of Islam man. I tried to live with them just to get a little stronger sense of pride and self and blackness. CPS didn't let that happen. Tried to arrest them for allowing me to stay in Cali. Took the schools out here in Scottsdale. Took the only memorabilia, which was my moon star and crest Muslim watch that he gave me in 8th grade. After the towers went down, they associated all that with all that. I didn't know. My dad wasn't there. My family didn't grow up like we didn't we were in Scottsdale, so like we had to understand. We were trying to figure things out at the time. Why a black principal is snatching something that a black
well,
man
you gotta
gave
remember,
to me,
somebody
but
had
all
to
these
say
teachers
something.
around them are pointing fingers like you can't be doing that racist propaganda, whatever.
Well, it's a watch, so somebody had to say something.
Yeah, but it was just crazy navigating Scottsdale. So there was always a lot that I didn't know how to say and I wasn't comfortable saying, because when you constantly keep getting reminded like everything about you is bad, you start trying to suppress it, and now you're embarrassed of it. So I tried to hide it and then present to everybody how fun and cool I am. Meanwhile, nobody is living the same way I'm living. Even the people that look like me, they either had, you know what I mean, a white dad or some type of upbringing or adopted, or their family works or some money. So this shit is really deep rooted. On another episode, we get into that. But yeah,
So,
I got a lot of shit that needs.
I knew this was gonna, bring some shit up, and that's why I have no problem stepping back, because I'm, bringing some shit up, but you get to see the other side of it, like how deep, like this is supposed to be a comedy portion for me, but you can also see how it gets serious. Yeah. So, but
there's comedy and pain. I mean, you gotta laugh or you cry.
Laugh at my pain.
That's why we got so much character. That's why it can be so funny. If y'all think we funny, I think I'm hilarious.
So
I think he's funny as fuck.
So back to the getting not told what to do. They say, well, I didn't have anything to do with slavery, right? And then you talk about the Confederate flag, and you talk about what came to that Civil War. You didn't have anything to do with that shit either, Billy Bob. That was your great-great-grandpappy doing that. So why are you so enthralled with the motherfucking flag?
Why do you care so much? If this doesn't matter, that shouldn't matter, right?
You can't have it both ways. If you had nothing to do with that, you had nothing to do with this one either.
Unless you're Two-Face, which is also a bad guy.
It's a callback.
Yeah. So either way, it's either you want it both ways and you're a bad guy, because you can't.
But see, the thing I also don't get is, the same people fighting for their heritage, the Confederate flag, which that was the Southerners. They lost that war, right? Mm-hmm. These so-called patriots and all life matters, which I think that's just a way. That's how I say racism. That's racist people.
The world already knows what those people are. Like it's been associated. Like you can't even hide from it no more.
Well, the fact that those all lives matter.
When the Black Lives Matter first came out, people would say, "Well, blue light, all that shit." People got it. And
all lives matter, and blue lives matter was always just a rebuttal. It never came out first. But
I only heard blue lives matter in the '90s, and that was because I had some uncles that was Crips.
There you go. R.I.P. Nipsey Hussle. But I don't get how those blue lives, all lives matter. And, the same people flying the Confederate flag, also have those Nazi ties. And it's like, well, you're such a patriot, but you letting these Nazi motherfuckers run free and not say shit to them, but someone says Black Lives Matter.
Hunters, like in the movie Hunter, the show Hunters. That's what it's kind of about. What you talking about?
So, but like having the fact that people, Americans, true patriots are letting fucking Nazis and Confederate flag waving people running free in this country. It's like this. Yeah, y'all lost. It's like a baby dressing up as an abortion doctor. Like, motherfucker, you tried to kill me. Like that shit. Do you see what I did there? It's like, why the fuck would a baby have that shit? Like, abortion doctor, you tried to kill me, motherfucker. You tried to suck me out. With the dice and shit. Why is that shit okay? Or that's like if you about to get married, ladies. And the guy that tried to root for you and rape you showed up to your wedding. Like, motherfucker, you ain't want to hear.
Or he wants to have a speech. Like, I know what I did before, but let me speak.
Yeah, and he's got a handful of pills and shit. Like, but yeah, the same way the certain type of European Americans feel about Black Lives Matter and those type of people. Which, okay, some people always say, well, I don't support Black Lives Matter because of the organization. Right. We're talking about the life of a black person mattering, and the same hate that we have, the same hate that those European Americans have for Black Lives Matter. They should have that same hate for the Nazi flag waving motherfuckers and the Confederate flag waving motherfuckers. Because, like you said, they both lost. Why the fuck are y'all here?
That means all America. If you're a real American, these are war criminals. They are the losers. You should hate them, right?
Well, see, I know it's like this when. Usually
y'all shouldn't fuck with them.
Usually you go to
Police,
war.
Y'all shouldn't fuck with these people that are this
way.
Yeah,
sometimes it's the same people.
Doesn't that go against what your whole code is, right? But no, y'all have whole cliques of people in y'all organization, and y'all talking about how y'all want to kill all these motherfuckers. A whole bunch of friends doing this shit. Like, and y'all can't see that's wrong? That's crazy.
Yeah, it's just, you know, you letting all that shit slide, and, you know, you can't have it both ways. Everything, if you're saying it's just a rebuttal to something else, that's not cool. Yeah, you might not like Black Lives Matter, the organization,
sometimes
but it's
don't
not about
rebuttal.
that.
Just accept it, digest it, and go. Your 2 cents sometimes ain't needed.
Like people that you know don't like gays or whatever. I always tell, why do you care who the fuck somebody else fucking? Mind your business. These are the people over here. These black people just mind their business, attributing to America.
Why does that bother you? It shouldn't bother you. You know what I mean? If it's shocking, then you haven't seen enough. You haven't seen enough in life.
All lives should matter. We talked about it, but they don't. All lives should matter, but they don't.
What you do don't make me shit. What you look like don't bother me. It shouldn't. I mean, it doesn't affect me. I know people that's been through war and they look like it. That does not mean I treat you differently. I know people that look like if they get out in the sun, I'm talking about so white, eyebrows and everything, they're a vampire. They're gonna die. Doesn't mean I don't like them any less. These pale motherfuckers. I know some hairy motherfuckers, darker than me motherfuckers, whiter than me, shorter, taller, fatter, uglier, prettier. All of them. Doesn't mean how I know them. The way they look doesn't determine anything on how I know them or why I like them.
So you got people as white,
or why I hate them.
You got people as white as Osmosis Jones, and then you got people as black as, what's the blackest thing you could think of?
Seal.
The singer Seal?
Seal's darker than motherfucker.
I was meant like an object, but yeah, you could do. But yeah, man.
Well, then the object, the Seal.
What's the blackest thing you could think of? So nice. What's the blackest thing you think of?
Microphone, desktop.
Oh, yeah, I was trying to give you. I maybe think of a joke. Maybe like a Wesley Snipes crip walking. I don't know, some shit like that. But anyway, that's what's on my mind. Yeah, you can't have it both ways. So
you can't. Man, that's crazy. That's both the things that was on our mind.
I know that was on my mind, but I could tell this been in, not just on your mind. It's in your life. It's in your life.
When I was talking to you, like, damn, that's crazy you said that because that kind of ties in. I'm like, what did I say? My bad. Like, no, it ties in, and it did. Like, it was crazy. For the past, I guess, week, that's what we've been talking. That's what obviously we've been thinking about. It ain't been a week. I thought about that like yesterday or so.
But yeah, that's not that. I can't hate